Alright, what's up guys, how's it going? I'm Is There No One Else? I'm bringing you guys a quick video. Super late my time, but tired, can't go to sleep. Not tired, can't go to sleep, sorry. I figured, you know what, fuck it, I'll just post another video for you guys, get some information out there. I'm going to post it from the website of what I'm going to be running for Horns of the Reach for my Magica Warden. The reason I'm doing this is because I do not have Mages Guild 10 and I do not have Undaunted 9. And so because I don't have Undaunted 9, I'm already running such little stamina anyways. Without Undaunted 9, I can't pull off this build, so there's no point in me showing you the stats on a character that's not yet ready. On top of that, he's fully spec'd out in PvE gear. I don't have a ton of skill points, so I'm grinding dungeons to try and get Undaunted 9 up. So, and you know, when all that happens, I'll post the build in its entirety there. But it's going to take a little bit of time. Now I know a few of you are going to ask, well, why are you posting this then? Because this isn't a real build, yada yada yada. If you guys go on my channel and you look way back, I do have a build for my Warden that was pretty effective. Definitely not the best by any means. Just what I was tinkering with, just willpower and necropotence, you know, pretty standard. It was very effective. At the end of the day, I had around 44,000 magicka, if I remember correctly, 42. Less spell damage than what I currently have on this build, and like 1,800 magicka recovery. But with the amount of heavy attacks I was doing, it was more than manageable. This gives me more spell damage, more max magicka, and more recovery than the other setup that I was running last patch. So I'm literally losing nothing, and it's in line with what I was already running. It's just my previous build on steroids. So this is a lot better than that. I was able to 1vx with that. I was able to 2vx with that. That was very effective. Magica Warden has a lot of burst. They're able to build a lot of max magicka, so we can utilize a few sets to really do that. So I'm going to dive into the gear here, and then I'm going to explain, you know, why we're running what we're running, how we're running it. Yeah. But that's my long-winded point. It's going to be on here. This shit hits so hard, guys. It hits really hard. We have really good sustain. So let's dive into it. We have almost 51,000 magicka with this build, almost 21,000 health, 14,000 stamina. Without Undaunted 9, I'm probably around 12,000. That's why I can't run this build yet. 2241 magicka recovery. As I said, in my previous build I was at 1850, I think, and I was more than fine. 2805 spell damage, 42% crit. We are a light armor build, so our resistances aren't that high. We have 50,000 magicka. That's our resistances, is our huge ass wards. As far as tooltips go, I think these are unbuffed. I'll have to go back and look at it, but we have 13,000 for Cliff Racer. Our Deep Fissures tooltipped at 17.5. I think these are with Major Sorcery. But 17.5 tooltip with Deep Fissure, 13,000 Cliff Racer. Very, very hard hitting. Our Fetcher Infection tooltip is 25,000 over 10 seconds. This is a high damage setup, guys. We have good recovery. If we can keep our wards up, we're going to be very tanky in light armor. So that's the preview. Let's dive into the build, and I'll just kind of show you what we're running and how we're running it, because this is going to be a little bit more unique. We're running 5 necropotents. We're running 2 body necro divines. This one will be head and shoulders, and then we're running 3 jewelry necropotents. All magicka recovery. All recovery on the jewelry, all prismatics on the body pieces. And I'll explain that in a minute, but we're running all prismatics, so this is going to be more expensive to run it this way, but as far as bang for your buck for damage, max magicka, sustain goes, this is the best way I've found so far, and I can assure you guys I've spent way too much time on this site checking things out. So 5 necro, and then we're running 5 Twiceborn Star. We're running heavy chest, medium legs, and then light shoes, sash, and boots. Like I said, all prismatics. What Twiceborn Star gives us is it gives us a big boon to health, it gives us a big boon to stamina and magicka for the 2, 3, and 4 piece, universal 4-piece set, and the 5-piece allows us to run 2 Mundus Stones. Now, The reason we're running Twiceborn Star instead of Shacklebreaker is if we run Hikajos on all the pieces, we only need to get 1,000 stamina to make up for what Shacklebreaker gives us. Shacklebreaker gives us 2,000 stamina. We already get 1,000 with this 3-piece set. So, because of that, we only need to make up for 1,000. So we're going to get 434 here. We're going to get 434 here. We're going to get, we're gonna make our 1,000 off of all these, so we get the same sustain with Shacklebreaker. But on top of that, with the Hikajos, it then gives us enough health to where we don't have to run Potent Witchmother's Brew. And so by not running Potent Witchmother's Brew, because we have enough health, we can then run Ghastly Eyeball. This is the same thing as my Sork. If you've seen my Sork build, this is the exact same concept. Ghastly Eyeball is better for damage than Potent Witchmother's because it gives us about 1,000 more Magicka, if I remember correctly, and about 100 more Magicka recovery. So we're going to get our health and our stamina off of Tristat. We're going to make up for that by adding more recovery and more max Magicka with the food that we're running. So we don't really lose much by adding this food. Yeah, we're going to lose a little bit off of this, but the food makes up for some of that. And so this is going to be better for sustain, for damage, for max Magicka as an overall package than what Shacklebreaker will be. And I've tested that. I can go into that if you guys want to know, if you guys want to see that a little bit more. So all Hikajos, all divine pieces, we are going to be using wards, and then all recovery with Ghastly Eyeball. As far as Mundastones go, we are running the Apprentice for spell damage, and we are running the Mage for max Magicka. We already got a recovery at 2241. We do not need recovery any higher than that, in my opinion. So we're going to just amp the damage. We're going to pump into max Magicka. Wardens do really well with max Magicka, and then more spell damage. As far as our bars go, like I said, let's make sure we have all of our buffs. We got Battle Spirit, Major Prophecy, Major Sorcery, Minor Berserk. We will be getting Minor Berserk. That's why it's on there. Oh, this is fully buffed. Okay, so this is fully buffed. On our back bar, we are running an infused Resto staff, just a dummy staff with a spell damage enchant, so fully buffed. Our tooltips are going to hit even harder. So fully buffed, this is our tooltip. We have 13,000 for a Cliff Racer, 25,689 for a Fetcher Infection. We're running Inner Light, Deep Fissure, and Crushing Shock. Now, in my last build, I was running a Frost Staff to run Frost Clench to lock people into place. With how much damage this all stacks, and with how Deep Fissure, Cliff Racer, and Force Pulse can all stack at the same time, we took the Frost Staff off our bar so we can put a Destruction Staff. We're running a Fire Staff on the front bar so that we get the Ancient... It's the passive that gives us 8% more damage while a Fire Staff is equipped. So we're running a Maelstrom Inferno on the front bar, sharpened. So tooltips 3,600 for Crushing Shock for each individual element. Yeah, this is just going to hit really hard. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit them with your Fetcher Infection. You're going to hit them with your Deep Fissure. When you get in there, it'll be Cliff Racer, and then it'll be one hit with Crushing Shock. And if it all goes off right, it'll all hit at the same time, and it's going to be 17.5 plus 11, so that's 28,000 plus 13. You're basically going to hit for about 40,000 damage with all of this, not counting this Fetcher Infection dot. So very hard hitting, very hard hitting Magicka class. On our back bar, we're running Blue Betty. We're running Bird of Prey. This is going to give us our Major Expedition. It's also going to give us our Minor Berserk, and then we're going to run Harness Magicka. Harness Magicka is going to be our main way to prevent people from attacking us. We are running 7 light, or 7 divines, and so we are going to be more squishy without the impen. We can build critical resist into the CP tree, but you're going to play this like a Sork. You're going to want to keep your ward up. You have 50,000 Magicka. Keep those wards up so that you can stay alive. We're also running Living Trellis. You can run the other one. I don't know which one's better, to be honest, so run it as you like, and then we're also running Enchanted Growth. This is just going to be our burst heal in case we're running in a group and we need to help a friend out. If you guys don't want to run this, you can slot in Misform here. This is one of those skills that it can kind of fit. Like you could put Healing Ward here if you wanted to, just because it's just a free spot on your bar in my opinion. So fit here what you want. Misform works. This works. Healing Ward works. Up to you. Yeah, that's it for sets, skills. This is fully buffed stats, by the way, guys. Like I said, 2,800 spell damage, 14,000 stamina, 50,000 magicka, 20,000 health. CP, we're running 51 into Bastion. We're running, 3 into Quick Recovery, 11 into Thick Skinned, 27 Hardy, 27 Elemental Defender, 51 Ironclad, 50 Resistant, 51 Thaumaturge, 51 Master at Arms, 49 Elemental Expert, 20 Spell Erosion, 40 Elfborn, 40 into Tumbling, 75 Arcanist, 43 into Tenacity. We will be doing a lot of heavy attacks, 11 into Siphoner, 51 into Warlord. Yeah, so that's the build, guys. Like I said, if I showed it to you on my character currently, I'd be around 45,000 magicka, and I'd be going, run this because you'll have 50,000. It just doesn't. It won't sell you until you see what the end game stats will be. So I will post another video. I will show this build in action once I get my Warden fully leveled out. But this is what I'll be running. As I said, really quick, Twiceborn Star. If you're running Impen, run Shacklebreaker. I said that before in a video, but rule of thumb is if you're running Impen, run Shacklebreaker, because that'll just keep you a little bit more protected. It'll give you more bang for your buck. But if you're going to run Divines and you're going to rely on wards, Twiceborn Star will give you more bang for your buck than Shacklebreaker will. If you take out this 5-piece Twiceborn Star and you put in Shacklebreaker and you try to get like match recovery, just as an example, if you try to match recovery and say, hey, I want 2,000 magic and I want 20,000 health on my Warden, and then everything else just kind of fits around it, if you do that, you will get more recovery, or you will get more damage with Twiceborn Star than you will with Shacklebreaker. You can come onto the site, you can test it for yourself. I tested on the Sork rather extensively, and it's just the way we're running it right here will min-max it a little bit more. And so if you don't need the 2241 recovery that I have, you have plenty of space right here to build in more damage to hit even harder. So if you want to hit harder, go ahead. I like Necro for the 5-piece just because it procs with the Blue Betty. Makes sense on a Warden. And then I like Twiceborn Star because then we get to run Ghastly Eyeball. So we are a little bit low on stamina, like I said. We are a little bit low on health. Only 20,000 health. This is a light armor build, so yeah. That'll be the end of the video, guys. If you guys have any questions, please comment in the section below. I'll do my best to answer them. That'll be it. Thank you. Have a nice day.